Well, sorry for the technical issues, but I can tell you that has been resolved now. And we are into the next game, which happened to be Roland against Chisco Fingers. Both players have decided to opt for the French national team. And Roland in France's blue colors. In France's blue colors up against Chisco Fingers.
Roland will go on first ball.
His blue colors, and he's taking the lead. Would you say surprisingly or unsurprisingly? Well,
for a second.
Sorry for the technical issues in which we had, but that has been resolved. And in case you don't know, the game between Richie ended in a 3-2 loss, and here Chisco Fingers has been able to equalize. But like I was saying, the game between Richie and Bright happened to win that game 3-2. Later on in the game, Bright happened to get a red card in the 60th minute, and Richie was able to pull the goal back, but wasn't able to get it through to the final whistle. They ended up losing that game 3-2. But here we are in the next matchup of the day, Roland against Chisco Fingers. And you can see on the screen it's a 1-1. Roland went ahead early on, and Chisco just replied now. And ever since then, it's been a balanced game in my opinion. Now Chisco will be looking to attack, but that there is offside.
Yes. Looking forward to see Chisco rediscover his form here. I mean, he is playing against a very tricky Roland, and I hope to see Chisco perform well here. So far, his defense has been holding. Counter-attacking chance. He finds Obise. Oh, breaks. Beautiful. Ouch! That was close.
It's been end-to-end action, and you know, these are both players that have a really similar style of play.
Yes.
He just wants to attack. They just love a chaotic style of play, and finally Roland has seen who plays this kind of game with him, and you can see the game is end-to-end action. No time for pass or possession game from both players. He just wants to get those goals, and Roland talking about getting goals, almost getting the ball there to Kylian Mbappe. And you know, once Mbappe is one-on-one with your goalkeeper, there's almost likely one ever result. And now Chisco Fingers on the other end, trying to see if he could just blitz past Jules Koundé, but Brent right back was just a bit too strong for the Real Madrid forward. And it is still 1-1, 33 minutes in. Chisco Fingers 1, Roland 1. Now Roland.
Both players play a similar style of football, like you had, rightly pointed out. But it would remain to be seen who would outscore the other, because both of them love to score. They love to score. They may not be very good defensively, but they love to score, and they know how to score goals as well. Chisco Fingers.
Yeah, they actually love scoring goals. And one thing I must say, Roland's the way Chisco Fingers has defended in this, or rather the way Roland has defended in this game, it's actually pretty nice. He's been able to cut out those passing lanes from Chisco. There's some passes that you see that Chisco also sees, and will really hope they get to the destined player. For Roland, those sliding tackles have been a bit too accurate, but now Chisco Fingers has gone ahead for the first time in this game, and maybe this could be the Chisco we all hope to see. Remember last week, this guy defeated Majala 5-4. Now, He's in the lead against Roland. Well, Roland was in the lead a couple of minutes ago, but now everything has turned on its head. But that could be changed soon because Roland has just scored a screamer with Michael Olise, and now it is 2-2 at the end of the first half.
Most interesting game today so far. I mean, end-to-end action, goals for goals, action for action, and we can see that both players are out to outscore each other, and we just want to see which of them would actually outscore the other player at the end of the day.
Well, since stand is 2-2, that means it's level for both players. But one thing I can tell you is that the goals are not done.
Goals are not done, of course.
Because Roland will be looking to score, and so will Chisco. But as things stand, it seems like Chisco is the one about to answer that call. And Chisco Fingers has gone ahead once again in this game. 3-2, and now Roland has to chase the game because this game has been so funny because at the start it was Roland who needed to, it was Chisco who needed to chase the game,
yes.
And now Roland is the one chasing the game. 3-2, Chisco Fingers back in form, and now he leads Roland for the second time in this game.
Yes. I mean, don't stop. We're enjoying it. The fans are enjoying it. This is why we are here. We want to see the goals. We want to see the outrageous attacking and the rest. And Roland trying to create something out of nothing there, but Chisco blocks out. Roland still in the... Okay. This is... You don't have to hold your breath with these guys, because somebody will score. Somebody will make a mistake defensively, and the other person would punish him. And then the other person will go ahead and score again. So just increasing the goal tally of this matchup. That is a good counter-attacking chance by Roland. And don't hold your breath, guys. 3-3.
End-to-end action from both players. And you know Roland, he was chasing the game, but now he's drawn level. And we'll be looking to see if maybe he can go ahead once again. This guy said, I plan on outscoring El Dorado. He wasn't able to do that, but he's finally seen someone who plays just exactly the way he loves, and now those goals seem to be flowing in easily.
I will not be surprised if this game ends as a draw.
Well, actually, it will be our first draw of this match day, and probably our first draw in 2 weeks. But there's a high possibility that it actually happens because these players are evenly matched and they complement themselves perfectly. Who players who don't really care about defending that much and just want to get those goals. Well, who players you could see not really all about defending, just want the goals. I'm talking about goals. Roland seems to be wanting to score the next one, but then
that's offside.
Yeah.
Obvious. Do it. Break there. Barcola. The way for Chisco.
Now 75 minutes on the clock, and stands down is still 3-3, but that could change real soon because Roland is in the box now, and Roland, a beautiful shot and an even beautiful save from the French goalkeeper to keep Chisco Fingers still in this game. Now Roland decided to take his corner shot, and he's been looking to build up ever since that, but now he's lost the ball to Chisco Fingers, and Chisco Fingers seems to want to counter-attack, but no, he decides to go back to ease the pressure. Now he decides to build up something, but he's lost the ball in the process, and Roland will be looking to turn that defense to attack. And Roland now finally gets the ball, and badly Bakola's in the box. Bakola, he tries a shot from a tight angle, but that was straight at the goalkeeper. And immediately, Chisco Fingers has released the ball to his defender, but once again, Roland is able to recover. Well, 83 minutes on the clock, and like Khan said, this game could actually end in a draw.
Could end in draw because both players, they've been scoring upon. Nobody wants to manage the game here. Everybody just wants to score, and this is why we're here. We want to see those goals come in. This is proper end-to-end football, proper attacking football, and this is what we like. Another final chance.
But well, that could change. A huge miss there from Chisco Fingers, and you can see his reaction. He thought that was at the back of the net there, but that was a huge save there, and now he's lost the ball and could roll and counter-attack with this. Chisco has more players in attack, but that could change real soon. And you can see the through pass there to Dembele, and Dembele is down the flank. Dembele, he'll be looking to cut in, and he gets the pass. And what?
This is the kind of match that would, give you, a headache if you keep commenting on it. Because they don't hold the ball for too long. They just transition play, and before you know, they lose the ball, and then they go on to score. And everything is happening. It's just pure chaos out there. Everybody just trying to outscore the other person. Nobody's keeping the ball to play. Nobody is trying to keep possession or whatever. Everybody just wants to go out there and bruise their way to the post, score goals, and and nobody cares about defending. Both players don't even care about defending.
Yeah, it was really and funny how towards the end of the game it was so chaotic. It looked like the game could go either way to both players, but they weren't clinical enough. Chisco Fingers having the clearest opportunity towards the end of the game, and Roland, that pass, like, I really just stopped my trust. I didn't even know what to say again at that point, because I was expecting him to just take that shot there, but he decided to go for the pass, and the pass didn't land at Rabiot's feet in that situation, and that was a chance wasted. And like you said, we've gotten our first draw of the game.
Yeah, I called it. I saw it was going to be a draw because, they were scoring themselves for fun. But I just, this is what is going to win the game at the end of the day. A good defense. But both of them have very porous defenses. So it was a draw. I called it.
Yeah, a draw. One thing that I really love about that draw was that it's the kind of draw that produced goals. It produced 6 goals. These are 2 guys that attacking wise, they will give you a run for your money. You might have your talks about their defense. That defense is not that good. It's not all that. But once it comes to attacking, one thing is sure that these guys, they want to score those goals. They don't really care about defending that much. I know Chisco hasn't really said that out, but Roland, you had it there in the game coming up against El Dorado. He said, I don't care about defending. I just want to outscore him. Unfortunately for him, it was the other way around. Was it? No. Actually, that game ended 3 goals to 2. It was actually a close game. He wasn't able to outscore El Dorado, but at least he put up a good fight up against Chisco Fingers and was able to get a draw finally. Probably his first point in about 4 or 5 games, I must say.
Yeah, still could have outscored Chisco Fingers there, but at least the draw is something.
Well, on your screen, you can see the man who is coming off the back of a huge win against Richie Codes Snow. This guy, hailed as one of the best from the states of Bayelsa, has come here to test the waters in the Rsdl to see if he can move up all the way to the RSPL and probably into the Elite League. We already have 5 players waiting in the Elite League. And I always keep saying this. I'll always remind you, those are 5 players. Dexter, who is currently the best player in River State. We have Doom. We have PJ. We have Fonzie. Fonzie, he's not a name that many people know. So when we keep talking about Fonzie, people are like, okay, who is this guy? We want to see this guy play. Well, just wait, because Fonzie for sure is going to be on your screens.
Yes.
Very, very soon. Then the final player. I really like this guy. I like his style. Controller. Controller is another player that we've not really seen that much outside the RSPL. But a lot of people have said that this guy is one, let's see, top 5 players in River State.
Controller.
Yes.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Controller is, like his name implies, he's a very controlling player. He likes to control the tempo of the game. He likes to control how everything in the game, goes. So that is why controller is a very, you know, very somehow guy. He's a dangerous player to come up against.
Yeah, a really, really dangerous player to come up against. I was watching a stream earlier on this week, and controller happened to be on the other end. And this guy was basically, he was up against Eldorado actually.
Yeah.
And he was basically beating him back to back games.
Beating Eldorado back to back.
I tell you, like, beating, the funny thing about the game I watched, controller actually gave Eldorado 2 goals ahead.
No way.
I kid you not, Eldorado, he gave Eldorado 2 goals ahead for each game. It was basically like the best of 5 series. And the first match, controller scored 4 unreplied goals. That means controller he won the first game 4-2, and the 2 goals happened to be the 2 goals Eldorado he gave Eldorado ahead. Then the second game, Eldorado won. The third game, controller scored 3 unreplied goals, and the fourth game, controller wrapped it up. Eldorado had to run, like he had to run literally. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like I'm surprised. I mean, they met in the Rsdl, and of course, I don't know how that game ended in the Rsdl. I can't remember.
I think controller actually came out on top in the game against Eldorado. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So controller could be a better player than Eldorado. Who knows? I mean, statistically, controller is a better player than Eldorado based on the matches they played. So we're back to the game between Colder Snow and Bright.
And funny, Bright
already in the lead.
Both players deciding to use Brazil. These are only the 2 players. These are the 2 only players who actually opted for Brazil in this World Cup edition of the Rsdl. Well, Colder Snow is behind in the game against Bright. Bright's finally in the lead and will be looking to get his second win of the day. His first win came against Richie in a 3-2 win. He got a red card late on in that game, but was still able to see the game out. And now he's in the lead once again. He's actually his 3rd game of the day, and a goal is here again. Colder Snow, just like his name implies. A really, really cold goal there because he has gotten himself back in this game.
I mean, he's been on the road so far, playing some of the best football, some of the best, FIFA of his life. Like, he is scoring goals for fun, and he's, everything is going his way currently. I mean, I just hope he maintains the momentum and comes out on top in this game. But Bright is not a pushover player as well.
Yeah, Bright is definitely not a pushover player. Now talking about some of the guys that we've seen here in the Rsdl, how, if any of them happen to get to the Elite League, how do you see them coping? Well, I can tell you that Colder Snow is coping just fine because he has gone ahead in this game against Bright. He's come from behind and now he is finally in the lead.
That is a player on form, red hot form, player on fire.
And now you see the through pass there, and he's offside. And Colder Snow will be looking to add a side, and this time around he hits the post. Bright will be thanking the heavens that didn't go in because the game seemed to be going out of his reach. But Colder Snow has gotten the ball back again, and now he's decided to recycle and take it beat by beat.
I mean, I am speechless. This is diabolical gameplay.
Oh my God! Oh, Colder Snow again, and he's turned this game completely on its head.
This is absolute chaos. Colder Snow is not taking his foot off the gas. Actively looking for goal number 4. Vinicius Jr. holding the line.
This guy.
Oh God.
Now, like I was saying, if Colder Snow happens to get to the Elite League, how do you see him coping against the likes of the people there?
the truth is, the Pro League. Let's start with the Pro League. The
You know,
Pro League is a different level. Oh, God of the
Golden Snow, 4 goals in 30 minutes. This guy, he's running riots. That's 10 goals already in 2 games today.
Wow. So, the Pro League is a different level, from here, right?
Yeah.
So he has to, first go to the Pro League and prove himself before we start talking about going to the Elite League, because the Elite League is where all the big boys play. That's where all the sharks are. But he's making a name for himself.
Oh my God! At this point, right? If there was a way for him to throw in the towel, I'm pretty sure he would have done that, because Golden Snow has added another goal, and now it is a 4-goal deficit, 5-1, and we are still in the first half.
He is totally bamboozling his man, just forcing in those goals, not taking his foot off the gas. He is still looking for more goals. I mean, some players would have, decided to slow down and play, but not Golden Snow. Golden Snow is the reaper. He has come with his scythe to collect souls, and he is just not stopping until the numbers go up.
He's leaving no stone unturned, indeed. Well, could Bright get something here? But no, Golden Snow's defense just as sturdy as his attack. Was able to stop that shot from being in the back of the net, and that's the end of the first half there. Golden Snow leads this game by 5-1.
6 goals in the first half. 6 goals in the first half is something. This is I think this is the highest scoring half we've seen since the start of the season.
Well, I'm not surprised. I remember last time at the commentary gantry with PJ, he was saying Golden Snow is one of the best players in Bielsa, and he probably has the best player looks he's seen. I kind of agree, because up until that moment, I hadn't really seen much of Golden Snow use of the player lock. But today, about 2 or 3 of the goals he scored have been from those player locks. And now, maybe, just maybe, the Golden Snow we all expected has finally arrived. 5-1, 11 goals in the past 2 games. At this point, anybody this guy meets, well, you should be really, really scared, because he's taking everybody on a roll. He's taking everybody for a ride. The first big team happened to be Richie, so Richie will feel a bit better now seeing
somebody else is taking the beating.
Yeah, so he won't be like, I'm that terrible. He's seen that, well, it's just that Golden Snow is just too good.
Richie actually didn't score. Richie didn't reply any of the goals. But Bright has actually pulled on back. So
Bright actually scored first.
Bright scored first.
Since then, it's all been Golden Snow, and Bright, maybe he could get a goal for himself, and this time around it is just wide. Golden Snow still in the lead, 5-1. All 5 goals scored in the first half for the young man. We'll be looking to see if he can get a goal in the second half. And he's on the attack here. Finds Vinny Jr., who is down the flank, but he's crowded out there. Alexandro, who gets the ball, and now Bright will looking to counter, and the ball is intercepted there, but Golden Snow gives it back, and now Bright will be looking to counter, and he finds Rafinha. Rafinha is being tracked by Wesley. Plays the ball in, and now Casemiro, he finds Vinny Jr.
Right, nothing there.
That was Luis Henrique there, and it was a huge miss. Would you say that was huge? You say Golden Snow defended that pretty well.
Yeah, that's the most beautiful, piece of gameplay we've seen Bright do, against Golden Snow today. Golden Snow looking for goal number 6. Knocked out. Bright is slowly starting to come back into the game. I mean, he's controlling the passes now. Will he get one back? Yes, he pulls one back. Vinicius Jr. makes it 5-2.
Well, do you still see him getting something out of this game? I know there's still quite some time, but with the way the gameplay is going, do you feel Bright can at least get a draw out of this game.
One thing I'm sure of is that he will regret some of those chances he missed earlier, not putting them away.
Well, 67 minutes on the clock, and it seems like Rsdl with a beautiful pass there, and he chips it into the back of the net, and this guy, he's finally gotten a goal in the second half.
12 goals in 2 matches for Rsdl. Just goes ahead to show you how dangerous he is on the ball, how dangerous he is attacking. But he is not still done, wants to make it 7 goals. Ooh!
Rsdl! 13 goals in 2 games. At this point, I don't know what to say again, because this is surprising. Maybe the guy we expected, or the guy they say is the best in Bielsa currently, has finally arrived in the Rsdl, because he could basically beat anybody with the kind of form he's on.
He's just scoring the goals for fun at this point. He's just hitting goal after goal after goal and not relenting. Rsdl is a dangerous player, and now we believe. Please forgive us for doubting you in the past, Rsdl. We are now believers. This is beautiful gameplay from the man that came all the way from Bielsa's stay to compete with the best of the best in Port Harcourt, and he is giving us what we came here to see. Exactly, 13 goals in 2 games is unprecedented. He scored 5 goals in the first half of this game, and wow, that is all I can say. Now another attacking chance.
7. At this point,
8-2.
This guy is just taking the piece here, because 8 goals in a matter of, you could say this is 80 minutes in game, and it doesn't seem like he's at the end, because anytime he gets the ball, he simply just wants to attack. Like I said, Richie will be feeling a bit more comfortable now,
yes,
knowing that it wasn't just a Richie issue. It's basically a Rsdl issue at this point, and he looks to be on the attack again. He tries a through pass there, but this time around, the defender is just positioned in the right place. But Bright has given away the ball again, and Rsdl will be looking to go on the attack. He scored 8 goals, but he still seems hungry for more.
He wants more. No, it's the Richie issue. Bright has actually been able to pull 2 goals back, and Richie couldn't. Not Bright is looking for goal number 3, and he gets it. So of course, this was a Richie issue. Rsdl is an apex predator, but you have to find those pockets. You have to hurt him too.
This is actually the PJ of the Rsdl, I must say. The guy who does scores lots and lots of goals. You could see the glimpses early on, but now everything seems to change.
Goal number 9.
Rsdl with the 9th goal of this game. And you can see Bright smiling there, but that smile is coming from a place of pain, because Rsdl has obliterated him at this point. And I must say, this guy, Codes, like people call him, is showing us just why he's giving that name. 9 goals to 3.
I mean, I cannot help but shake my head right now. That was a goal fest. That was an absolute goal fest. And Rsdl came with, he came with all the goals. He really dunked on Bright there. Bright must have come with a bag to, pack up all those goals, because it's been a Rsdl show today. Player of the day, if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely player of the day. The way he's outscoring these guys, you ask yourself, are these guys on their way to being professionals? Because it seems like he's a step ahead, he's a level ahead, everything he does. And this is coming from a fan of Bright. I told you earlier, this is the guy I've watched him play, and I kind of like the way he plays. But Rsdl has brought a different kind of vibe into the game today. The first against Richie, 6 unreplied goals, and now 9 goals scored, plus 3 goals conceded. So that goes to say, as much as he's scoring, his defending has actually been immense.
Well, yes.
Yeah, he's defending pretty well, in my opinion. And 9-3, 6 goals, 6-0. That's marvelous from this guy. That's marvelous from this guy.
15 goals in 2 games today. and Coda Snow is, just proving to us that maybe we were underrating him from the start. I mean,
Definitely.
maybe we didn't give him his flowers. So Coda Snow, we apologize for seeing you less. You are actually a dangerous, dangerous player. And guys, we have our next game. The man in the Boski will be going up against the player lock guru 1A1. Someone in the comments said when is 1A1 playing so we can see some player lock magic.
Well, on your screen, you can see on the right side of your screen the man on red, Indabuski. Indabuski has not given us what we expected so far this season. The Indabuski we know, the Indabuski I know, the Indabuski all the fans know is yet to arrive so far. This guy has won just 2 games out of about 7 games he's played. And now he's up against 1A1 who is in red hot form. My question is, how does he cope against someone like 1A1 with the kind of form 1A1 is currently on?
Indaboski is a legend of the game in the city. Nobody would deny the fact, but he has been at the absolute worst level he has been on in years. I mean, we want to see Indaboski get back, get back to winning ways. Or is this really the time for him to retire? I mean, like a lot of a cross section of the fans have been saying, okay, Indaboski, we know you're good, you're a legend, but I think it's time for you to draw the curtains on your act. I mean, every good dancer knows when to leave the stage, but Indaboski is still trying to hang in there, maybe still trying to prove something, trying to prove to the people, yes, I still have something. I still have one more dance in me, but so far he's not been showing it, and I hope he can revive his fortunes against 1A1. But 1A1 sits currently third at the table, unbeaten so far,
Unbeaten.
and this is an uphill task for Indaboski, really.
Indabuski was saying he came out of retirement, but these young guys are probably making him rethink his decision, saying,
Yes, go
bro,
back to retirement, bro.
your time is done here. I think you should pack it up and probably just find a new hobby or something and just stick with that because he's been outplayed by basically almost everyone he's faced so far.
Yeah.
But I remember this guy, for let me just tell you, this guy, he was part of the 4 people who qualified from the River State Integral back in 2024. He actually went to Lagos alongside the likes of KK. There was another guy, KK. KK is the one name I actually remember. Indaboski was among the other 4 who went to Shocker. Yes, Shocker was among the other 4 who went. So Indaboski, KK, and Shocker. So that's going to show you this guy is not something. So when we say we expect much from this guy, it's not because of we are just talking. It's because of we've seen what he's capable of. We've seen what this guy can do. Well, like you said, he said he just came out of retirement, so maybe we should actually cut him some slack. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just like Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement to fight in WWE today. I mean, they will hand the younger fighters will hand him his ass. So Indaboski, we want to see what you can do, but before we get to see what Indaboski can do, would like to head over to Milia. She has Coda Snow on standby.
Coldest snow right here with us on this carpet. H- How's your mood like right now?
I feel very excited today. That's how I feel. My mood is very perfect.
Very excited. I mean, for other players, they've come on here to say, "Oh, the league is getting tougher," hence their poor performances. But we've seen you. We saw your performance last week, and then this week you're coming in, giving us back-to-back fire. I mean, we watched your just concluded match with the other guy, and I mean 9-3 was a very huge goal difference. How do you feel about that? Is it that the league is not getting too tough for you?
Actually, when we started the league, we didn't actually start well, but fortunately, we are playing very well right now, and we've actually started grinding the game. Then I was very busy, but now I have enough time to play to the game. So I think we should get on top of the league because definitely we are going to have more wins, and we are just getting started. So to me, the league just got started today.
That's very, very massive. The league is just getting started. You had that directly from Codesto. You said the other time that you had exams, or your exams are over now. You started grinding. Now that you started grinding, are we expecting? What should we expect from you? I mean,
They should just expect me to be on top of the table. If that's possible, I should be on top of the table for sure.
shocker, you had that. Mr. Codesno is coming from you for the top of the table position. Watch out for him. Let's get back into the game. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hearing from the guy Coded Snow with some really, really cold statements there.
Yeah.
He said, I should be on top of the table. That there was no sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
Straight up, like I should be on top of the table. I deserve to be there.
Yeah.
And with the performance he's put up so far, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll be surprised. No.
Because this guy he's him, you might put it that way.
Yeah. You know, something stood out for me. Something he said. He said, for me, the league just started.
Yeah.
For me, the league just started.
So they've been
this is the
playing all-
man. They've just unleashed the beast. Everybody watch your backs. Code Snow is coming for you. I'm talking to Eldorado right now, particularly 1A1 and Shocker. Sorry, but Code Snow is coming.
Oh, Cold Snow is coming. Like they say, winter is coming. The Game of Thrones fans there say winter is coming. So yeah, at this point, we don't say winter is coming or winter has arrived because it seems Cold Snow himself has arrived.
Yeah.
Well, the next game, 1A1 against Indabuski. This is basically an upcoming legend against a legend himself. Indabuski. I know he met me the other day. I was saying a lot of people have been saying that he's an old taker and this and that, and I just burst out laughing. I was like, no, we know what you're capable of. So we expect much more from you as the guy that you are. As the name, there's a reason your name is already rampant in the gaming community. So when we see what we are seeing currently, of course, a lot of people will be disappointed. But well, I'm sure he will be hoping to change that soon. But we'll just see how it goes because the game is underway and 1A1, you know, as usual, in the Senegalese white jersey and France. Ndaboski has always chosen France ever since we switched to the World Cup edition. 1A1 with Senegal. Now we'll just see how this plays out because 1A1, who's in red hot form, will be looking to continue that form against Indabuski, who you say has been on and off so far. Well, Indabuski
Oh, Indabuski.
Indabuski has gone ahead. Just the kind of start you would have expected, or the kind of start you would have loved. Indabuski has finally gone ahead in this game against 1A1.
Yeah, I think, is this the first game he is taking the lead?
I actually wouldn't be surprised because if it's the first game, because well, this guy is he's always been chasing every game he's played.
Yes.
He's always been chasing every game he's played. But
Well-
one thing I should remind you guys of is that 1A1 is not somebody you write off after going one goal down against.
Yes, of course. The player lock maestro never backs down from a fight, and he is already employing the player locks.
Well, Indabuski is currently in the lead, and now he would be hoping to actually increase that lead against 1A1 because one goal lead against 1A1 doesn't seem to be anything indeed.
Yes, 1A1 going behind is nothing new, of course, like Hazard Niger said there. He is not a player that, gives up easy, so going down one goal doesn't really do anything to him. He'll still fight, claw his way back into the game anyways. And so far, this is an attacking chance for him. Speaking of clawing his way back, oh, that's a side netting.
And that was a huge chance there for 1A1 to get back into the game. One thing about 1A1, once he goes behind, I feel he gets settled in a little bit more, and once he starts creating those chances, the chances just keep coming.
Let's keep flowing.
It's basically the gift that keeps giving at this point, because
Yes.
once those chances keep coming, he's bound to actually score those goals. But well, talking about 1A1, we all commend his attacking, but his defending has been pretty immense in my opinion.
Yes, his defending is decent as well.
Defending has actually been really, really good, and we'll be hoping to see more of that Well, Indaboski would be hoping not to see that because, 1-1. Wow, that's a beautiful through pass there. Now he's in the box. What can he do here? He goes back. He tries to reset the ball. Ball finally comes to Ndiaye, who tried to dribble past Jules Koundé, but no. Koundé stood out tall. Now Indaboski on the counter with Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe now plays a through pass, but once again, when he was defending, he's just too good for the French attack to cause any harm. And now 1-1. See that? Oh, I like that
player locks.
Don't know how his brain works because, man, sometimes one thing about this guy is that aside from doing the player locks, he knows when to cancel the player locks.
Yes.
Because sometimes that he does the player locks and he doesn't even pass the ball. He just cancels it because probably the player has gotten in a better position or the defender has actually caught the passing lane in that situation.
Yes.
It's something that most people would really love to learn. Well, talking about wanting to learn, and Indaboski might not know, and that was just offside there because wow.
Straight offside there. Zaire Emery. Barcola. Aklushe. Looking for
I was actually watching a stream yesterday. Farouk was playing a game, and who his opponent was actually 1-1.
1-1.
For real, like.
Real.
And when I tuned into the stream, it was actually 3-3.
Wow.
That just goes to show you how good.
Like Nigeria's best player, Farouk.
The Farouk that you actually know, and he did go on to win that game, 6-3
Against Farouk.
No, like Farouk actually won the game 6-3 against 1-1. But that just goes to show the quality of this guy. Oh, and that quality has come into play because 1-1 has gotten himself back in this game.
The 1-1.
This guy is indeed one of one because every performance he's put up has really showed that he
To
is
the
quality.
uninitiated, they call him the 1AI.
She actually has a point because this guy plays like AI. At this
Yes.
point, this is what AI does to you when you put the difficulty on ultimate. Yeah, you can see a comment here from Hazard saying, yeah, 1-1 did well against Farouk yesterday. Some mistakes made him concede, or even Farouk talked about his player locks. That just goes to show. When I tuned in, there was a kind of run at them. 1-1 actually tracked from Farouk, and Farouk actually like complimented that. Was like, wow, that's beautiful. Tracking of the run there, and I was like, I didn't actually know that was 1-1 until I came today, and I found out that was this guy. That just goes to show you how far this guy or how good this guy is.
Oof.
And I think we are witnessing that here in the Rsdl.
Yes. One thing is certain, 1-1 is elite league material. Honestly, 1-1 is elite league material.
Wow!
That would have been something.
That was on a silky skill move there from 1-1. The Elastico just sending that defender straight to the shops. But the finish was just nothing to write home about.
No, the finish. Shot was saved by the goalkeeper there. That Elastico was so smooth. Ooh.
But now Indaboski is looking to counter, and could he get a goal for himself? He finds Akiliushu in the box, but he's just bodied out there by the Senegalese defense. Now 1-1 looking to turn defense to attack, and once 1-1 is on the attack, almost every attack seems to be really, really dangerous. See those player locks coming into play. The player locks and the player locks cancel this guy. And now 1-1. Does he finally have the chance here? And the first time through pass was just blocked in the last second. But he's been able to get the ball back. Now Indaboski is probably wondering, what do I need to do
To stop this.
stop this? And now 1-1 again with those player locks trying to create space in behind. And Indaboski has gifted him the ball again. 1-1 applying all the pressure on Indaboski as things stand. Indaboski finally has a chance to get a breather because he's gotten the ball now and will look to slow down the game, and that is exactly what he's trying to do. But he's turning defense into attack almost soon enough. Kylian Mbappe not fast enough there to lash on to the first time through pass. 1-1 there. Plays a through pass. Can he get behind that defender? No. William Saliba. Positioned a bit too well for the Senegalese attacker to see if he can just blitz past him. Now Ndaboski will be looking to go ahead. Ndaboski finds Kylian Mbappe.
That was beautiful gameplay by Ndaboski. You can see experience shining through the attacking chance.
Ndaboski has gone ahead for the second time in this game. 1-1 will need something really special to see if maybe he can get something out of this fixture.
Well, he needs something out of this fixture, all right, but it will all go down to who wants it more. Ndaboski wants to exit that relegation spot. Another chance for Ndaboski just to put this game to bed. He wants to exit that relegation spot by all means necessary. 1-1 is already comfortable, sitting up there third on the log. A loss here might take him to 4th, 5th, but he's still guaranteed a place.
That final
Ndaboski
pass
needs
there.
it.
That final pass from Ndaboski was quite unnecessary. And 1-1 my penalty for that because 1-1 is 1-1 with the goalkeeper. 1-1 has equalized. That is basically the definition of turning defense into attack there, because Ndaboski was clear on goal there and he decided to flip the cut back. 1-1 intercepting the ball and 1-1 burying the chance, and now this game has been thrown wide open again.
I'm not seeing a draw this time.
Well, I'm telling you, this game could go either way. Ndaboski could finally get a winner, or 1-1 could actually get the winner. But now it looks like 1-1 is on the attack now. And you know what time it is once 1-1 is on the attack. You can see those creative runs coming into play, triggering lots of players. And 1-1 now. He passed the through pass there. And in the last minute, the defender was just able to get a hold of the ball. And now Ndaboski will be looking to turn defense to attack. He tries an Elasico, which was quite unnecessary in my opinion. And he's just lost the ball. He's just giving the ball to 1-1 again. Now 1-1. He knows the time is running out. And 1-1 plays a through pass there. And he's in the box now. What can he do? He tries a drag back pass. But Ndaboski positioned well. And now Ndaboski will be looking to attack and Kylian Mbappe. But no. 1-1's defense track that run perfectly. Ndaboski now is basically end-to-end action from both players, and Ndaboski now with Kylian Mbappe. What can Mbappe do there? He tried a skill move there, trying to see if he can deceive the Senegalese defense. But 1-1's experience just coming into play, and a through pass there from 1-1. But no, this game was end-to-end action from both players. A draw is the final result, and you can see 1-1's reaction there, because he knows maybe I should have done a bit better in this game.
I am speechless at this point. Speechless because I didn't expect a draw in this game. But that was intense gameplay, beautiful gameplay from both very intelligent players. You know, you could see like the player Lok Maestro, 1-1, doing what he does best. But he was looking for those chances and finding them. And in Ndaboski, you could see flashes of brilliance from a veteran player there. And yes, he still has this. He still knows it. Just that maybe he's rusty and hasn't played in a long time, but it's still there. The skill is still there. But massive respect to both of them. I didn't want this game to end the way it ended, but of course we've had ourselves the second draw of this match day.
Yeah, that game was basically, it looked like there was going to be a winner in the end. Unfortunately, there wasn't, because towards the end of the game, good players were just attacking. And in the end, it ended in a draw, but that takes nothing out of the game. That was really one of the most exciting games we've seen today. 1-1, still unbeaten. He's still unbeaten so far. He's still unbeaten, and that's. He said, I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to lose a single game in this league. That's what he said.
Wow.
And since then, he's won. I think he won about 3 games or 4 games in a row, or rather 5 games in a row, and has drawn 1 now. That means just this guy really means what he said then.
Has he played soccer yet?
No.
Okay, well, I think that the whole maxim still holds. Until you've played soccer, you can't say you're unbeaten. So
well, actually, this guy might actually put up a fight against soccer.
Yes, that's what I want to see. That's what we want to see.
This guy might actually put up a fight against soccer. So I wouldn't just write him off. From what we've seen, he looked down and out against Indaboski until Indaboski, would you say, made that unnecessary pass in the final in 1v1's 18, and 1v1 was just 2-3 passes away from being one-on-one with Indaboski's goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And once 1v1 is one-on-one with you, there can only be one result. Well, we saw it there. It ended in a goal, and that was the goal to get himself the equalizer in that game. Well, that's a draw for him. A win and a draw today for 1v1. And I must say, this guy, his form still continues.
From continue. Speaking of unnecessary passes, we saw a lot of unnecessary passes in the previous game. Not the Indaboski game. I mean, I'm talking about the Richie game. We saw a lot of unnecessary passes that could have gone directly, but I think Codus know actually bamboozled the man, so he didn't really know where to pass the ball to, and we saw a lot of unnecessary passes in the Indaboski game as well. He could have just gone straight, take on the player, try to score a goal. But we saw some unnecessary skill moves that
Yeah.
led to counter attacks and all that. And this is why if you slip up in the league, you get punished. Every mistake you make could lead to your opponent scoring a goal against you. That is why you have to be super careful. These moves have to be well thought out. If you make a mistake with a single move, you saw it in the goal that 1-1 scored against Indaboski there, that equalizer. He made a mistake with that pass, and it led to a goal. And it has happened week in, week out. Most of the goals that we have seen from players have come from mistakes from the opponents.
Yeah. Well, that game is done and dusted. Well, we have about 3 more games for today's match today. And a big game is coming up real soon. The game between El Dorado and Mr. Morale. Mr. Morale's form so far is not what we would have expected. El Dorado came back to winning ways against Roland early on today. Well, can he continue, or can he extend that winning run against someone like Mr. Morale, who is on a poor run of form? But one thing is for sure, I don't see Mr. Morale getting relegated.
Well, about relegation, Mr. Morale may not get relegated, but it's still too early to decide. It's still too early to say, because I mean, even at the bottom of the league,
Yeah.
we will know who will not make the drop by the end of this match week. Right? It's by the end of this match week we'll know the people that will not make the cut to the Pro League. But I mean, of course, the game is the game, and anything can happen. This is the Rsdl, and even giants get cut down. And would love to see the outcome of that game between El Dorado and Mr. Morale. But right now, before the El Dorado and Mr. Morale game, we have Larry facing off against Roland. Larry has, had some victories that we never thought would happen. I mean, look at the game he played against Chukuchuku, how that game ended. Larry was lucky, and again today we saw his gameplay. So
Yeah, actually, this guy, he's shown something that most people don't have in the Rsdl, which is grit.
yes,
Against people who seem to be, let's say, a level above him, he shows no fear and he takes the game to you. He doesn't, that's the way you play someone whom you see is better than you. You want to be a bit respectful. You want to be cautious. But this guy changes his gameplay for nobody. And we saw it in the game against Chukuchuku. He won Chukuchuku 5-1. And again, in the game against Mr. Morale earlier today, he won the game 3-2 rather.
I mean, there's a nickname for him in the studio. They call him Larry Anders. So so of course, Larry is just he's cold. I mean, he beat his best friend the other day. The other day in the game, he beat his best friend, and by a very crazy margin.
Actually, yeah.
Talking of Chisco Finger, so if he could do that to his best friend, what can't he do to
Someone
just
who's
regular people? Yeah.
exactly. So some people have been victims of Larry Anders's.
Larry Anders.
They've been victims. So will this guy be his next victim?
Yeah,
We're about to find out. Well, before we go into that fixture, I want to tell you that you should follow us on all social media platforms at 43 Esports. Follow us on YouTube, on Twitter, currently known as X, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram. Well, and if you cannot get the stream from YouTube. We are also live on TikTok, so you could actually follow us on TikTok.
We want to shout out to our sponsors, Skating Sports, of course, the big dogs in the Game Villa. I want to special shout out to the Esports Federation of Nigeria. And of course, my favorite sponsor this season is Just Chops for their, wonderful chops. I want to shout out to Esports Africa News, of course, Game 8, Nexel Gaming, Hedera Studio, or Bunch Exchange. Do not forget that this season of the Rsdl Division 2 is proudly brought to you by 43 Esports. And of course, please do not forget to keep streaming, keep supporting your fans. Right about now, I'll be heading over to Milia for she has a player on standby.
Mr. Shocker and Mr. 1A1 right here with us today. Let's go with 1A1 first. How are you feeling? What's your mood like right now?
My mood is actually down. This is my last game. It's not what I expected, honestly. I thought it was a sure win. No disrespect to Ndaboski, but I've been on a hot form and I wanted to just keep on with that form. But I guess it is what it is. Let's move on to the next.
Okay, let's move on to the next. I mean, last week we saw very, very impressive performances from you, right? I mean, you were even nominated for Player of the Week. Coming to this week, it feels like your morale is a bit down. Is everything okay? Are you? What's it like for you?
Um, Yesterday, if I should go there, I think I played Nigerian's best, and he might be part of the reason my morale is quite down. But besides that, I think I'm just okay.
Do you feel like the league is getting too tough?
The league has always been tough. It has always been tough. I've just been at my top game recently, and it has been showing.
Okay, so back to you, Mr. Shocker. We just saw you conclude your eighth game with Bruce, where you whipped him 3-0, right? Thereby taking your position as top of the table. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. At this point, it's becoming something normal, so I feel good actually.
So heading on, I mean moving on in the league, you have more matches to come, right? And I we must attest that the game is getting really, really competitive. Would you just say you have all it takes to still remain at the top of the table, like you stated last time?
I'm a competitive player, and that's why I'm here.
Okay. Okay, you have that. He is a competitive player, and that is why he is here. Both of you will be head on against each other tomorrow. I mean, both of you still remain unbeaten, 8 games down, no losses yet. What should we expect from that match?
He remains unbeaten because he has not played Shocker yet.
Okay, so
Well, he's a player that lives up to his hype. One of us will have to fall tomorrow. It's not going to be me.
one of them will have to fall tomorrow. If one says it will not be him, Shocker says he remains unbeaten because he has not played Shocker. Let's see who takes the crown tomorrow. 1A1 versus Shocker. Stay tuned.
I like the players, of course. Like big talk and all that. I like the players, and they drop punchlines. These guys should be rappers. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
you're
Basically,
bitter because you don't play
everyone
soccer.
who has been, let's say, both the players, the casters, everybody, they always find a way to input those punchlines, and
Yeah.
I must commend them actually.
They should be rappers, really. 1A1 said both decent players, and one of us will have to fall tomorrow. It's not going to be me. Well, let's wait till tomorrow.
Well, that's a game that everyone will be looking out for. But before that, we are here for the game against Larry against Roland, and Roland, who drew his last game, will be looking to see if he can get the win this time around. And that's a huge save there because Roland almost had the chance to go ahead in this game.
Larry, of course, famously sticking with his Portugal team, and Roland, of course, sticking with his French team going into this game. Both players not equally matched, if you ask me. I think Larry is the more cold and calculated player, but Roland draws first blood in this game through Ryan Shirky.
That was a really beautiful. The first time I saw there from Ryan Shirky is not something I would have expected because in that situation, most players would probably like say maybe I should get into a better position. But this guy, Roland, it doesn't really matter what position he is. He just wants to get that shot off, and once he got that shot off there, it landed gently at the bottom corner, and the goalkeeper was in no position to save that. Roland leads this game by 1-0.
Of course, one up already in the first 13 minutes of the game for Roland. Remains to be seen what Larry would do differently going into this game. Larry is a decent player, and he has been on the road today, and hope he can, still rely on the steam that has brought him this far. He has beaten some big names this season, and we hope to see him, hope to see what he will do to respond to this opening goal by Roland. Counter-attacking chance there for Larry. Oh, that was a wayward finish. Wins a throw in deep into the opponent half. Wins the corner now. Bruno Fernandes gives it short to Ignacio. Loses the ball. Roland will be looking to turn defense into attack now. Barcola finds Cherky again. Cherky twists and turns. Oh! Offside.
At this point, this is just basically, it can be basically a repeat of the Larry, or rather the Roland against Chisco Fingers type of game.
Yes.
Because these are two players who they almost play alike. They play similar style of football.
Yeah.
They just
Chisco
want,
spars with Larry a lot. So
yeah,
you can
actually,
see
yeah.
elements of, yes, you can see elements of their gameplay, matching.
So I feel it's going to be that kind of game. You score, I score type of game.
Yeah.
We're yet to see a goal from Larry though, but I believe he should be able to get his name on the score sheet, and maybe he could do that. He's in the box here, but Roland's defense comes out on top in that battle there, and now Roland will be looking to turn defense to attack. This guy is basically the definition of defense, turning defense to attack, and now maybe he could get here. Rabio, oh, he tried to go around the goalkeeper, but a
That
bit
was
too
beautiful.
everyone happy there, and he just sprints out of the pitch.
Yes, that was beautiful play. Just got too excited there. Oh! Didn't see that shot coming.
So Larry didn't see that. Well, Roland, one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Goal number 2 for Roland.
And Ryan Cherky, it's basically the Ryan Cherky show at this point. Now this guy does start for France too.
Yes. Is it a day of reckoning for Larry? Has he been too lucky?
It is 2-0, and Roland is in cruise control of this game. Stand. He'll be making his way higher up the table. The battle at the middle of the park in the table is something that you should actually watch out for. A lot of players are actually battling it out, and the table keeps changing every game in the middle. Where Roland,
Roland is running away with it now. Cherky assist on the Barcola goal.
3 goals up. We are just 40 minutes in. Larry doesn't have the answers to whatever questions Roland has been asking in this game. Roland's attack has just been a bit too much for Larry's defense. Oh my God. Ryan Cherky with a hat-trick.
Wow, this is beautiful to watch. 4 goals up in the 44th minute. He's averaging a goal every 10 minutes now.
What should Larry be doing differently at this point? I really can't tell, because he feels the game is out of reach now, and maybe it actually is, because Roland, even if Larry happens to score, Roland is definitely going to reply with more goals.
Yes. The way in the second half now. Let's see what Larry has up his sleeve. Let's see the answers he can provide to the questions Roland has been posing. Beautiful play down the middle. He cannot seem to keep it. Shirky picks up, looking for Barcola, misses the ball. Larry's Portuguese team cannot seem to keep the passes. You know, is it just me, or has Roland's defense kind of like improved?
Well, actually, you could actually say it that way. That his defense is actually improved. Larry almost getting a shot off there, which would have been really threatening to the goalkeeper. But Roland, the only man I've seen that uses the slide tackle button, like he basically
Every time.
he literally uses the slide tackle button as much as he uses the shoot button.
Yes.
Because this guy, once he does get close to his defense, he's not scared to make that tackle. He just
The box, he slides.
he just does it, and
Slides everywhere.
almost always is perfect. That's the
Yes.
funny thing about it. Like, it's almost always perfect. Well, he's in the lead, 4 goals up now, and it doesn't seem like he will stop scoring anytime soon because he seems to be on an attack again here. And Roland this time twisting and turning, and he finds space.
Oh God, makes it 5.
Roland is on a roll. He just found that hole in Larry's defense and he exploited it perfectly. 5-star performance from this guy. Larry was the one actually causing the upsets early on, but now he's at the receiving end of an upset because
Yes.
it has been a 5-0 thumping so far. And that could change to 6 because Roland looks to be on the attack again. And this time around, he cuts back. And Larry does find a way to clear the ball out.
You can see that smile on Roland's face. He is super excited, really happy with himself, happy with the outcome of this game so far. And I believe this game has actually been put, has been put to bed already because it's the 63rd minute. Unless we see a miracle, I don't see Larry coming back from 5 goals down.
Well, I don't know what kind of miracle we're expecting there because, man, that miracle would be a really, really huge one. 65 minutes in, 5 goals down. How do you score 5 goals in a couple of minutes? But wait, he could start from 1 here because Cristiano into the top corner.
We'll run back there.
That goal would have been really, really, really. The reaction from Larry would have been really, really better if that happened to be maybe the first goal of the game and maybe he went ahead.
Or if it was just 1 goal down or 2
Yeah.
goals down.
2 goals down exactly. But Roland will be looking to actually increase the goal deficit again. But the goalkeeper just saving the shot there and out for a corner. Well, that goal was really, really like the top beans there for that goal was just actually awesome. And Roland or Larry will be looking to add another one now, and he has Cristiano, and this time around the sliding tackle coming into play.
Those
Now-
inch perfect sliding tackles.
So perfect there from the man Roland. Now turning defense into attack is basically this guy's hobby because he's in the box again, and this time he has a Rabiot, but Rabiot is just bodied up the ball there. And now Larry will be looking to go on the attack again, and this time that sliding tackle again from Roland has come into play, and now he'll be looking to get that through pass. And this guy,
Brad Shaki on goal number 4.
Larry is probably in a hurry to leave that seat because as he stands, he's not comfortable there.
It's been a goal fest today. Like, goals have been flying in from different angles.
And Larry has gotten himself another goal, but at this point, you could say it's just a consolation goal for him. Because 81 minutes on the clock, and Roland is 4 goals up because this game is currently 6 goals to 2.
Yeah. Roland isn't even looking at managing the game. He's looking at adding to his tally.
And talking about adding this guy, that shot there was a really, really beautiful save. And at this point, I feel the goalkeeper has just been the one keeping the scoreline a bit more respected.
Yes.
Well, that could change soon again. But Larry's defense has just given the ball and Mbappe!
Oh, Lord. this would be a scoreline to forget for Larry. His his goal difference has been totally decimated, sunken, destroyed. If you ask me.
Kylian Mbappe. Could you say that's the final nail on the coffin? Because this guy, he might decide to add another one, and it's on the attack again, looking to add one more. And Roland, this time Larry's defense just intercepting that ball, and maybe Larry could just get himself one more consolation goal. No, Cristiano is just a bit too slow, and the game is finally over. And Roland has gotten a win finally. It's been 5 games without a win, but he got his win in style. 7-2 thumping against Larry. The man who some people call the bully of the big boys has just been absolutely raw dogged by Roland.
The bully of the big boys has been bullied, and you can see the smile there on Roland's face and the forced smile on Larry's face. I mean, that is a man that I'd expected. He said, I was in the studio when he said if Roland beats him, he would stop gaming. That is what he said. I remember he said that. He said if Roland beats him, if Roland beats him, yeah, he said that's the only person he could beat, right? Something like that. So, and Roland has actually beat him not just by a little margin, but comprehensively. I am sorry, Larry, but I mean, you tied yourself there with your own words. And I would head over to Milia. She has a player standing by.
Day one of the RSDL here with us right here now is one of the fans of RSDL. I mean, I've seen you a couple of times here, and your name is Mr. Jonah, right? Okay, I've seen you here a couple of times. Are you rooting for somebody? Are you here to cheer on somebody, one of the players?
Yeah, I'm just here to support my guy,
Who's your guy?
in Daboski.
Okay, Indaboski has a fine right here. How do you feel about the league? How has it been for you so far?
Well, it's been nice now. I like the experience.
So, in one word, can you describe the experience?
Well, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let's head on right back into the game. Stay tuned.
Okay, so I think the fan is he's shy. He's camera shy. Some people are camera shy and all that.
Or you
But
could
the
say,
experience.
or you could say the person he's been rooting for hasn't really given him the show he wants.
The person he's been supporting has been disappointing so far. So yeah, of course. I mean, you could say that. I mean, this perspective, yes, perspective.
Well, that's the 8th game done for today, and we have about 2 more games to go. One game most people will be wanting and be expecting to see soon is the El Dorado against Mr. Morale game. That's basically, you could say that's the game of the day for me.
Game of the day, yes, most definitely the game of the day. El Dorado facing up against Mr. Morale. We can see the game referee on camera trying to set things up there for Richie. Richie has had a terrible run of form. I think this is the 3rd game today, right?
Yeah, it's a sad game. You can see his body language. He's
Yeah,
also
he
wants.
looks
He's just like,
defeated, yes. Can
can
we
I
get
just
over this already?
can we just get over? Can I just lose and go home? That kind of But I feel that's not the kind of mentality you need to go. You need to go into every game with a different kind of mentality. It doesn't matter if you've lost the first game or lost the second game. You need to go in with the kind of mentality that yes, I'm coming to win this game. And I feel him, of course, is a pro gamer. He knows that, and I feel that's what he should do to get back into this game. Maybe he can finally get that win that he's been looking for all day.
Yes, well, there's everything to play for. There's still, everything to play for. You can still play into qualification stages, places for the Pro League. So there's a lot to play for. And my heart really goes out to Richie. He feels let down by his gameplay. And maybe he's just had to face very tough opponents. And but it is what it is. Welcome to the Rsdl. No, nobody really, the other players don't really care about your mental state. They just want to win and they want to beat you, in ways that is really embarrassing. But we hope to see Richie get back to winning ways today.
Well, Richie would really hope that he could get back to winning ways. He's someone that has been hailed as one of the best. And we've seen that quality in a couple of games, but it's not been going really, really good for him so far in the Rsdl. And we'd hope that he should really change that because as things stand, he's at risk to getting relegated, actually. And Richie is not someone who definitely wants to get relegated because, wow, imagine it's just basically like Leicester City, they dropped from the Premier League. I know it wasn't concurrently, but they dropped from the Premier League and now they just got relegated from the Championship into Division 1. That's
Sad.
basically, yeah, that's quite sad. And I'm sure Richie knows that because he knows his quality. He knows that, yes, I am the kind of guy that I've beaten people, I've obliterated people, I've embarrassed people.
Yes.
So now, being on the receiving end of those embarrassments you once gave people who can do something to you. But one thing is for sure, I know this guy has the right mentality, and there's a reason he's called a comeback king. Maybe he can actually just pull himself together and get into his bag, and maybe gets back into the Pro League.
The difference between the Leicester City comparison and Richie comparison is that Leicester City still have somewhere to be relegated to. If Richie gets relegated, he's going home, and and that is not something he'd want to do. He's a pro gamer. He doesn't want to leave the stage when the others are still fighting for glory, and all that. So let's hope to see Richie step up. He's facing Chisco Fingers, and both of them are at the bottom of the table. They're like I think the last and second to the last at the table. So this is like the battle of the frauds, if you ask me. According to the studio language, we've got the battle of the frauds, battle of the battle at the bottom, right? So anybody that loses this one could.
I actually think Richie and Chisco Fingers have spent a lot of time at the bottom of the table, that they've bonded at this point. Like they're probably really, really close guys at this point. Coming into this league, they might not have been really close, but spending that much time at the bottom, you have to call your fellow guys
the brothers of disaster.
They've probably bonded now, and we'll be looking to see. And this just reminds me of that comment that said Chisco should go and bathe because Richie is about to pour out the wrath of losing 6-0 against Skoda Snow. We're about to find out, and as usual, Richie opting for Norway and Chisco Fingers with France. Norway in black colors and Chisco Fingers France in their native blue colors. Well, we are on the way, 0-0, and it's 5 minutes in. It just looks like this kind of game that will produce lots and lots of goals, because every time Richie and Chisco Fingers have faced themselves, they've always produced goals. The first time they faced themselves was in the knockout stages, or the knockout stages of the RSPL qualification, and that Richie or Chisco Fingers actually came out on top, winning that game 4-3. Then in the RSPL itself, Richie and Chisco Fingers faced themselves once again, and this time around Richie came out on top 4-3, and now for the third time they face themselves again. One thing is for sure, the scoreline could actually end 4-3. Now the question is, in whom's favor?
4-3 would be actually a poetic finish, because does lightning really strike 3 times? And would like to see that scoreline, but like you said, who will be winning it? I think I'll be supporting Chisco this time, the unpopular choice. I'm backing Chisco to win this, but let's just see how it will happen. Will Chisco have what it does? Chisco have what it takes to actually beat Richie, or would Richie, claw back from that mental place he is and win against? Chisco gets a shot off, but it's blocked by the goalkeeper.
17 minutes in, and it's been cagey, but Chisco having the clearest of the chances just now. But the Richie's goalkeeper Nyland was just in the way to send that out for a corner. And now Richie will look to turn defense to attack, and play the through pass there to Erling Haaland, and Haaland is in the box, and Haaland in the box means danger, and danger means goals, because Richie has gone ahead totally against the run of play, and Richie has finally found a way to score a goal today.
I think that's Haaland's first goal today in 3 matches for Richie, and he would be heaving a sigh of relief now. Richie needs to double those digits He needs to increase that number to feel safe, because Chisco Fingers likes to score too. And so far, Richie's defense has been holding up. Chisco has an attacking chance here. Cuts back, wins the corner.
Well, that was totally against the run of play, because it seemed like Chisco was the player to get the first goal. But no, that save from the Norwegian goalkeeper just stopped him. And Richie on the other end, the quick counter attack, and Haaland with a little drag back there and the finesse into the far corner. And Richie has taken the lead, but that could change real soon, because Chisco was dancing in the box, and Richie just happens to give Chisco back the ball in the box, and Kylian Mbappe dancing around the area, and he finds Doué, and Doué!
Chisco has gotten his own goal too, making it 1-1.
Chisco has pulled one back, and now the game is wide open once again. One thing is for sure, I told you guys, that these guys, whenever they face themselves,
Goals.
you are not going to be short of goals. 20-30 minutes in, and we've already seen 2 goals from these guys, and with the way they are attacking, you know that there are more goals in this game. But now the question is, who will score the next goal? Richie trying to cut the ball back there, but now Chisco is on the attack, because Richie lost the ball, and now you can see the through pass there to do it, but how fast can he get to it? The Norwegian fullback having a head start, and that head start meant he got to the ball first. 40 minutes in, 1-1. Who would come out victorious in this game? Let us know your comments. Who do you think is coming out victorious? Who or what do you think the scoreline is going to be? Well, I still stand it is 1-1, so it is still basically level at this point, and that there should be offside. And yes, it is. Richie he takes the free kick, is on the attack almost immediately. You can see Nusa trying to find that space. Now through pass comes into Erling Haaland, and Haaland was able to keep the ball in, and he still has the ball. And Benz, what can he do here? And he gets the ball again, and that's a huge block there from the French defense. And Chisco Fingers will be really thankful that he's able to go into halftime still level in this game, because had Richie scored that goal at the end of the first half, he knows he has to chase the game throughout the entire second half.
Well, let's see what Richie has up his sleeve now. He took the lead in the first half. Can he do it again? Oh, that was the same by Mike Mylan. He's been an outstanding player for Chisco this game. We're expecting goals, and it looks like we will get a lot of those goals, because these attacking chances are not few and far between. They are ever present. And Chisco Fingers trying to create one of his own. Wayward pass there. Ball goes to Mbappe. Mbappe finds his man. Olise, nice pass there. Chisco gets the goal, and he goes up top. Ousmane Dembele.
And Chisco Fingers, for the second time in this game, has gone ahead. Chisco Fingers with the calmness there to just slot the ball past the goalkeeper. And now Richie has to chase the game once again. But he's come back before, and can he come back again? He hit the post.
Oh, that would have been heartbreaking for Chisco.
He hits the post there, and Chisco once again thankful that Richie has not scored, because towards the end of the first half, it seemed like Richie had one of the best chances to score, and he wasn't able to get the goal. But now he's hit the post once again, and now Richie is probably questioning himself and asking, what am I doing wrong? Well, he needs to ask that question quickly, because he has a chance again, and a French goalkeeper sends it out for the corner, and Richie takes the corner long. You can see the player locked there, and the header comes in, but it is off target. And again, the missed chances from Richie.
of course, would come back to hunt him. That is it. If you miss too many chances, they most likely will come back to hunt you. I mean, by now this game should be level, or maybe Richie should be in the lead. But you know, he's missed a lot of those chances, and Chisco is cruising at this point. Just one goal separates both teams, but Chisco is. Oh, this is an attacking chance for Richie, and he pulls one back. 4 goals so far, 2-2.
2-2. These guys are that. One thing I can tell you is that I see a winner in this game. That's the funny thing. I see a winner in this game because it's end-to-end action from both players, and we are still on track to our usual 4-3 scoreline. Currently 2-2, 6 or 7 minutes in, and who will get the next goal? That is the question we'll be asking, because I tell you that more goals are in this game, and Chisco Fingers almost answering that question immediately. Or Richie now will be looking to counter-attack with Erling Haaland. Haaland finds Berge, back to Haaland, and Haaland now twisting and turning, waiting for the runners, and the runner comes, and Ryerson finds Berge again, and Topsy, and that's the clearance there.
That was a panicky clearance.
So Chisco didn't want to take his chances there, and the throw-in from Richie just happens to land at the feet of Chisco, and now Chisco on the counter, and now he has Doué. Doué was down the flank. What can he do here? Doué finds Dembele, and Dembele just gets bodied off the ball by Hegem. Now Richie on the counter now, and he finds Nusa. Nusa, is he onside? Yes, he is. He's in the box. What can he do here? He cuts inside, and the top comes in, and Richie has gone ahead once again in this game.
Wow. Wow. You can see that smile on Richie's face. He wanted that. He needed that. He deserved it, and he got it. Now Richie would be looking to consolidate his place. Thornsby.
And well, you see the twist and turn, and Erling Haaland, and he hits the post again. That third goal from Richie was a thing of beauty, man.
Yes.
Right from the up through to the cut inside, and then the final pass to slot the ball into an empty net.
But Chisco is not quite done yet, is he?
And
This
oh my Jesus.
deflected and saved by the goalkeeper there. Richie is looking for goal number 4. Chisco is looking for goal number 3. That pass was beautiful there. Finds Mbappe.
And Mbappe!
3-3.
Are we on par to see our Israel falling scoreline from these guys?
Poetic outline. Poetic scoreline here.
Well, that could be the scoreline there.
Mike now denying us. Okay.
89 minutes on the clock. Could we see a draw here? This will be the 3rd draw of this match day. Or could we finally see a winner? And now the through ball comes to Mbappe. He's down the flank. What can he do here? He plays the cross back to Dembele. And Dembele finds
4-3.
the scoreline. We all expected.
Look at that.
You can see the reaction from Chisco Fingers.
The magical scoreline 4-3. 4-3. And there is no other person happier in the studio today than the man Chisco Fingers. He has gotten his first win in a very long time by a magical scoreline, the scoreline that they've always had whenever he comes up against Richie. 4-3. You can see
Absolute bonkers game, man. I must say.
crazy scenes in the studio. All the players congratulating the man Chisco Fingers. Beautiful gameplay. Crazy scenes. Absolute mental. Oh Lord. What can I say?
Wow, that's all I can say. And the fact that we said this was going to be a 4-3 game, but in whose
In
favor?
whose favor?
Well, we saw that answer real quick, you know.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Good heavens, good heavens, Chisco. Chisco. You cannot imagine what's going on in his mind right now. You cannot imagine what's going on in his mind right now.
Richie is definitely disappointed in himself there because he had this game in the bag.
Yes.
He was up 3-2 at the point and he just threw it away. I'm sure when Cisco equalized, he was like, maybe I should just fight for a draw. But Cisco was like, we don't need draws over here.
Yeah.
Only W's, and he was able to get that W. Well, he's got that W in the chart as things stand. And Cisco, like you said, he's finally gotten a win after
A
a
long
winless
time.
run. So
Yes.
yeah. And I think, well, now does that change his chances of actually getting back into the RSPL?
Yes, I mean, like mathematically, it's still statistically, it's very possible for Chisco to still get into the RSPL. It's very open. I mean, he has how many points so far? It's really open. I mean, 7 points. It's really
Yeah.
open. He could get back into the pro leagues. So it's just what is going to happen is the end of this week would determine who
Yeah.
would make it to that top.
Well, yeah, at this point, you could say we have a battle for the top and we have a battle for the bottom because I would say you could actually say that the relegation battle is more exciting than the battle for who's going to win
Yes,
the title.
the relegation battle is actually more intense. Like it's actually more intense, and because we already know who the top threes are, we know that Shaka is
Probably almost a guaranteed
yes,
top 3
he's
finish.
almost a guaranteed top three finish, and he has his foot on the gas already, topping the league. We know El Dorado is still hunting for glory, and we know 1A1. I mean, he is clawing and fighting and trying to get his, but we don't know who will finish at the bottom of the table. We don't know who will finish in the bottom four.
Well, at the bottom of the table right now, it's probably looking juicy. And you see that man on your right, Mr. Morale. I'm sure he's hanging in or around that place, that position as things stand, because
Yes.
I don't think he's won a game in about 3-4 games, or he probably has like one win in like 4 games. Well, Eldorado will really hope to keep on his losing streak, like keep Mr. Morale's losing streak going, because that is the final game of today. Eldorado against Mr. Morale. These are two
Yes.
guys. I'm sure they know themselves so well. This is basically the game of the day. Eldorado against Mr. Morale. Well, the Chisco Fingers and the Richie game was bonkers, absolute bonkers. That was basically one of the most exciting games I've seen.
Basically, that was my game of the day because these are players at the bottom of the table trying to get themselves, out of the bottom of the table, and it promised to be a cracker, and it was a cracker. I mean, it gave us. I sat at the edge of my seat the whole time because the goals kept pouring in, and the emotions were high and all that. So, of course, I mean, shout out to the players for keeping us entertained, and of course, Mr. Chisco Fingers would be so excited with that outcome.
Yeah, Chisco Fingers. You could see his celebration there because it looked like he was down and out. But like I said, remember, after the RSPL, you asked him, do you think you deserve to be in the RSPL? And he said he needs to go back and work hard. And now we've seen a different mentality from this guy in the RSDL because
Yes.
even times when he's gone behind, I remember in the game against Machala at the point he was behind, but that didn't stop him. He was still able to get the win against Machala.
Yes.
And now in this game too, he went behind and he was still able to come out with a win.
Yes.
That means his mentality has actually changed.
Yes, we can see the mentality shift there, and that is what we want to see from all the players. We want to see the mentality shift because you are pro players, right? So you will not always be in the lead. You can go down, you can take a blow, but always find a way to, get back up. And it's beautiful to see that Chisco Fingers is growing in that regard. We've seen players like Doom and Dexter, they go behind and then they still come back up. We've seen all the pro players have this toughness. They have this mental toughness. Players like PJ, they would go down and they would still fight to get back into the top. And that is what we've been trying to, that is what we've been looking for. I think that's what's been missing from Chisco Fingers' game. And we can see that that mental toughness is starting to manifest.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to manifest. Well, this is the final game of this match day, and I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I would like to know what you think. Who do you think is coming out on top? What do you think the scoreline is going to be? As well, if you don't want to comment on this game, you can actually comment on the World Cup as well. Who do you think is coming out in the game against Brazil and Morocco? Who do you think is coming out victorious? Who do you think is going to win that game? One thing I can tell you, that game is not going to be a walkover because people take Morocco and Brazil probably because of the name they've had over the years that they expect them to just easily walk over Morocco. But one thing people don't understand what this Morocco team is built of. It's, they have lots and lots of athletic players, players who are willing to run each end of the pitch, and they are still captained by Hakimi. I think.
I think everything just boils down to hunger. Who is hungrier? One thing I'm sure of is that we will have goals from both ends.
Yeah,
We'll
definitely.
have goals from both ends. Yes.
Both teams have to score. Well, earlier today, in case you don't know, USA, the team hosting the World Cup, actually kick-started their World Cup campaign, and they defeated Paraguay 4-1. Well, that was a really that's the biggest scoreline we've seen so far, because the other games, I think Canada played yesterday by 8 p.m. against Bosnia, and the game ended 1-1. Mexico actually defeated South Africa
Yeah.
2-0, and the other game, South Korea against I can't really remember who they played. Okay, against Czech Republic, South Korea won that game 2-1. And well, I can tell you every game has been exciting so far in the World Cup. And the ones in the Rsdl have even been more exciting, in my opinion.
Yes, I mean, like we're witnessing the rise of the Asian powerhouses, South Korea and Japan. I think Japan is going to be a dark horse in this tournament. The only thing is that I'm really surprised that the players in the RSDL this season did not pick any any Asian.
Yeah,
countries.
actually,
I
when
wanted
it
to
comes to
see.
think of it, yeah, that's true. You know, there's some players in the South Korean national team. Let's see, the Kangin Lee. After his performance against Czech Republic, you just wonder and ask yourself, how is this guy on the bench for PSG?
Yeah.
You know, PSG is a team already a star-studded team, but this guy's performance against Czech Republic made me ask the question: how good is this guy? The fact that this guy is being benched, like he barely started any Champions League games
Yes.
for PSG.
The question should be, how good is this team?
How good is this team, rather? Yeah.
Currently, PSG is like the best team in the world. No debates there, because I mean they are stacked literally in every department. And that fluid attacking front line is crazy. You don't want to play them. Really unplayable.
Well, really unplayable. You headed from there, from Cannes. For the next game, El Dorado against Morale. El Dorado, who has been unplayable for everyone, except the man, Shocker himself. Well, every other player who has faced El Dorado has been handed that L. But now, El Dorado will be looking to see if he can extend his win streak. He went back to winning ways in today's game against Roland, in which he won 3-2. Now, Mr. Morale, who is on currently a very poor run of form, I think his morale is has dipped a bit, you must say, because of with the way he's been playing. You can say this is not the Mr. Morale that we saw early on, right from the knockout stages, up until the start of the RSDL. Ever since a couple of games, he's just been a bit shaky, and he'll be hoping that he can change that.
You know, one thing that stood out for me today, the score lines. We've had a lot of goals. Like there's been a feast of goals today. Like I think the least we've done has been like 3-0. That is in the Shocker and Bruce game, and that's 3 goals we've done in every game today. There's been more than 3 goals, except that particular game.
Yeah, and the fact that game you could have actually seen more than 3 goals, because Bruce missed about 4 really good chances, and Shocker was able to punish him, and probably the only player who has kept a clean sheet as well. Okay,
Kodesno kept a clean sheet against Richie.
Actually, yeah, that was a 6-0 thumping, I think.
5-0. Oh, the Kodesno Richie game was 6-0. Yes.
Yeah, actually, it was a 6-0 thumping, and Richie, he played 3 games today and
lost all 3.
Lost all. So now the question is, where does he go from here?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, but I wouldn't be the one to say it. But I just hope he can, polish up himself, and just the remaining weeks of the RSL Division 2, he can actually claw and fight, for a spot in the Pro League. It's really possible that he can play in the Pro League. It's really possible.
Yeah, it's
statistically possible.
Definitely it's possible. But now, how easy are the fixtures? There's something that people don't tend to understand, is that now you're basically fighting for it, because you're in the relegation zone. Every game is definitely a must win. Let's take El Dorado for example. He's already won games when there were basically no pressure of him getting relegated.
Yeah.
So now, even if he tends to lose every game from here on out, he still has a chance of getting to the Pro League. But Richie, who he's been on and off, he's been hot and cold. Now, if he wants to get to the Pro League, he basically needs to win. You could say almost all his games to the end of the season.
All
And-
his games.
And the same could go for other players too. They need to win all their games to the end of the season. And it's going to be really, really tough for them. So I feel Richie, I really don't know. It's not been what he expected from the start. And it's just quite sad because Richie is a player of really, really good quality. We all know what he's capable of doing, but he's not been able to show it to us here in the Rsdl this season. But I really hope he comes back stronger. I know it's not yet over until it's over because
Yes.
he can actually pull out some magic and actually still qualify into the RSPL next season. But talking about the RSPL, this guy playing the final game of the day was relegated from the RSPL last season alongside Richie and a few others. But here he is now dominating the Rsdl as he sits second comfortably. He'll be up against Morale, who his morale is kind of low at this point because of the amount of games he's dropped points. Maybe can he actually get back to winning ways against the almighty El Dorado, the man who people say at the point they call him the legend killer. Or can Morale get back to winning ways for himself? Well, as you know, El Dorado has opted for Spain, and Spain and India red jerseys, and Morale with the Dutch national team, who happen to play in their white jerseys today. Since the start of the first half, it's been all El Dorado who's looking for that space, with the twists and turns. Look for those passes into those tight spaces. In Morale, you could see the creative runs there, all trying to see if he can use them as decoys to deceive El Dorado. And El Dorado still on the one, looking to be on the attack here, but Morale finally able to get the ball back and regroup.
Marlon. De Jong finds Barbary, finds Marlon again. Mr. Morale finds his first goal. Donehill Marlon just pulled one for Mr. Morale.
And Mr. Morale has gone ahead in this game. Would you say that was against the run of play? Because El Dorado has seemed to have all the possession
Yes.
from the start. Well, there's something people, this is one misconception people have, is that once you have a lot of possession, it means you're dominating the game. It doesn't really matter if you're even having the shots or you're having less chances, but because you have lots of possession, you're dominating the game.
Yes,
And-
I mean, the possessions could just be sideways, backwards.
Yeah, this
whatever.
just reminds me of some teams that could be Barcelona in 2020. They probably have like 70% possession and just win the game by like a single goal.
Yeah.
El Dorado, he's been having all the possession, but Morale has been the one to get the first goal. And Lamine, oh my God! That finesse into the far corner, and El Dorado has quickly equalized. Because that's what El Dorado does. He doesn't want to be on the receiving end of those L's he's been dishing out to others. Morale, on the other hand, will be looking to hand him that. As things stand, it is 1-1. El Dorado 1 and Mr. Morale 1.
This is beautiful to see El Dorado and Mr. Morale plugging it out. Mr. Morale still looking for chances. Oh, Gakpo been dispossessed there. Now we have Lamine Yamal on the right flank. Cuts out. Throw in for El Dorado.
Well, 30 minutes in and it is 1-1. The funny thing is that there's a huge possibility that these two teams can actually face themselves in the knockout stages of the World Cup.
Yes, of course. I mean, I'd love to see it. This is a game I'd really love to see. They have really decent players, top draw players, world-class players from both sides. And it would be an interesting game. El Dorado already has fans chanting his name, El Dorado. But I just hope that his fans are not left disappointed today. Because, of course, Mr. Morale is playing like a wounded lion. His fans have given him the ultimatum. You have to start winning games. You have to start winning games to make us happy. That player locked there by Mr. Morale.
Yeah, back to what we were saying about these two teams actually facing themselves in the World Cup. You know, Spain is a team full of technicians. You have the likes of Pedri, Rodri, and Fabian Ruiz. That's a team full of technicians. And Netherlands, a team full of hard workers in midfield. You have the likes of Frankie de Jong,
Daniel Malen. Oh, that was offside.
the likes of Frankie de Jong, the likes of Reinders, and you even have Martin de Roon, players who are really, really willing to do the dirty work, make those runs, and run the length and breadth of the pitch.
You know, they have hard workers in every department. Even in the defense, they have people like Denzel Dumfries,
Yeah,
who's never tired of running. You know,
Van de Ven
and,
as well.
and you know the Daniel Malen has been crazy. He's been crazy. He's been on the score sheet for Netherlands so far, and the second half is underway. Mr. Morale trying to start early, but Machala seems to be controlling the game. That's a nice sliding tackle, very clean. Throw in, keeps it short. Williams finds Pino, finds Torres, and Torres shoots. Beautiful goal there by El Dorado to make it 2-1. Mr. Morale just rolled his eyes in disappointment. How would he answer this? Robbery. Robbery finds the Young. Darun, Gakpo. Finds the run again. Loses the ball there. Llorente finds Lamine Yamal on that flank. Crazy pass there to Ferran Torres. Sends it back to Llorente. Pedri. Beautiful passing there. And finds Yamal again. El Dorado is really dangerous when he plays from that flank. Torres plays the give and go with Pedri. Rodri now. Torres.
One thing about Eldorado is once he's in flow state, man, he's basically almost unstoppable. And it seems so because now he's currently in the lead against Mr. Morale. I think Mr. Morale went ahead first in this game, but Eldorado managed to get the goal back and now has finally gotten the lead. And he'll be looking to increase that lead soon. I know once Eldorado is in the lead, he decides to have all the possession and almost every pass then is perfect. And you can see that one there. And Eldorado in the box. What can he do here? The pass Nico Williams. Williams twisting and turning. He plays the pass there. And Mr. Morale is finally able to clear his lines and will look to turn defense to attack. And you can see the up through ball there to Brian Barbary. And what can Barbary do? And Mr. Morale.
Beautiful gameplay there by Mr. Morale.
The perfect definition of turning defense into attack. Eldorado looked like scoring on the other end, and Mr. Morale was the one who actually scored.
This is what we came here to see. End-to-end football. That smile on Eldorado's face has just suddenly disappeared. He cannot believe what just happened.
2-2, and this game is still wide open.
One of them will be looking to take the lead again.
I can see some comments here from Dexter saying, what a pass. Commending the counter-attack from Mr. Morale. If the River State best player can actually commend you, that means you know you are actually doing something right. Well, that pass shouldn't go to waste because if Eldorado happens to win this game, that pass would actually not be any other pass, and you could see the creative run there from Mr. Morale. Eldorado tracking that perfectly well, and Mr. Morale still has the ball with Theo, and now he plays a pass, but no, the pass was just wrong there, and now Eldorado will be looking to counter, and he has Oyazabal who finds Rodri and Lamine Yamal. It's through and goal. 1-1 with the goalkeeper, and Lamine. You can see the reaction there from Eldorado. Starboy Lamine. He waited and waited, hoping that Mr. Morale will bring his goalkeeper out. And when he saw no, Mr. Morale he still had his goalkeeper backwards. He decided to take the shot, and Lamine in that situation, in that position, there was only one outcome, but Mr. Morale could reply quickly. No, Eldorado's defense just too sturdy, and now Eldorado will look to counter. And now he plays a first time through pass again, and Danny Olmo, the number 10 for Spain, and Olmo! Eldorado about to hand another L to Mr. Morale, who is low on confidence at this point.
Confidence gone. Mr. Morale is low, really low on confidence. What can he do?
His morale is probably rock bottom at this point. And that's courtesy of Eldorado.
He's now passing to anybody, just you know.
He just wants to get the ball out of his area. Well, Eldorado still in the lead, and this game is basically over at this point because we are 86 minutes in and we are just waiting for the referee's final whistle. But can Morale get a consolation goal? And it seems to have one here, but Eldorado not minding to collect the red card there. He just makes that sliding tackle. And Aymeric Laporte has been sent off, and you can see the reaction there. He's basically laughing because he knows I can just take this red card. I already have a 2-goal lead. I should just take this red card and be able to see out the game. But it's a free kick in a really dangerous position, and Mr. Morale has been hyped to be one of the best free kick takers, and he put that skill into play here. Now Mr. Morale, that was a fake shot there, and Memphis Depay, and he hits the post, or he hit the wall rather. Mr. Morale still with the ball, twisting and turning. Can he find that space? Now he finds Marlin, Daniel Marlin. Can he take on Cucurella? And Cucurella gets the ball back. It's a poor pass by Morale. And now Eldorado collects the ball into Morale's half. And we are just waiting for the final whistle because Eldorado is about to clinch the win. And of course he does. Eldorado back to winning ways. 2 wins in a row since the loss against Soccer. This guy is out here to make his statement. Almost every player in the division is becoming a victim of his. Eldorado now back to the top of the table.
I mean, that was a brief hiatus from the top of the table there by Eldorado, but he just had to get back. I mean, Shocker put a dent on his rise, but you know, he was back to it. Eldorado, I mean, he's super excited to be back at the top of the table. And what else can we say? This is getting interesting, shaping up to be a very interesting season finale. Shaping up to be very interesting. Eldorado back at the top of the table. Mr. Morale dejected, heartbroken, downcast. I like the adjectives to actually describe what he may be feeling right now. His fans gave him the ultimatum. You have to start winning to boost our morale, to boost our faith in you. But Mr. Morale just went back there and lost again to Eldorado. Crazy.
You say he's been another victim of the Eldorados. What should we call it at this point?
Eldorado run.
He's been another victim of Eldorado. The only person who has come out unscattered so far has been Shocker. I yet to see Eldorado play 1-1 though. But the only person who has come out unscattered from Eldorado has been Shocker. And well, that's a game that was really intense, which happened the last week. Well, that is all for today's games. And on your screen, you can actually see the score lines of the game. Eldorado going 2 for 2 today. Richie
Losing all three.
saying going. There's a way he put it. When someone wins 2 out of 2, he say going 2 for 2. So when somebody loses 3 out of 3, how do you put it? Richie is trying to make us find new adjectives or new words.
Really sad to see that. Really, really sad to see that. You can look at the results for today, and you'll see that today was an absolute goal fest. Goals came flying from different angles. We saw the game, El Dorado, his first game, he blew Roland away 3 goals to 2. And against Mr. Morale, he upped that by 1 goal. You can take your mind back to the game between Roland and Larry that ended 7-2. And as if that was not enough, we saw the highest scoring encounter of the day in Colder Snow and the Bright game, which ended 9-3 in favor of Colder Snow. It's been an intense day of gaming in the third week. This is the first day of the third week of the River Skirmish Pro League Division 2. And it's been crazy. If you've been following us on TikTok and on YouTube, you know that it's been an amazing time. Shout out to Kate Esports, of course, Game Villa, of course, Nexel Gaming, Game Aid, the Esports Africa News, a bunch exchange, and my personal favorite sponsor, Just Shops. Not to forget Hedera Studios. And everybody, all of you that are watching us, shout out to you. Don't forget that 43 Esports is bringing another gaming experience to a campus near you, starting with the University of Port Harcourt in collaboration with the Office of the Director of Sports, the Student Union Government. This is called the King of the Port 2026, a Uniport Campus Esports Tournament. So you can scan the link on your screen right now to join the group. You know, there's a wonderful prize pool to be running for just a few days. 16 players will be eligible. A media partner will remain Nexel Gaming. Don't forget, 43 Esports will be bringing this to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, you've been with us from the beginning, and you've seen interesting gameplay. We've had Milia grill some of the players, ask them the real hard questions. And you've had Himzers here with me in the studio to give us unfiltered game analysis and wonderful commentary. I want to shout out to the players and the game referees for keeping the atmosphere really interesting and charged. And once again, I want to shout out to you, the fans. Without you, would not be here. And don't forget that tomorrow we will be back here 2 p.m. West African time to bring you the very best of esports gaming on this side of the Niger. I remain Khan, and him that has been with me the whole time. Of course, Milia is in the studio with the fans. And until we come your way tomorrow, 2 p.m., stay safe. Bye.